welcome back because this black girl has something to say. It is Vlogmas day 24, and it's gonna be day 23 and 24. Let me explain to y'all why real quick. Because what had happened was yesterday I got the urge to just deep clean my house. I did my file cabinets, I did all of the files, I did my office. I reset my office because I want to start sitting in my office more and get out of bringing my laptop in the room for work. But while I got y'all here with me, I got a little Christmas package. So I'm gonna open this and chat. I think I was driving. Oh, and then I worked yesterday. So I did Uber Eats like for a good portion of the day, and then I did Uber Eats today. FYI, since my divorce is final, my children go with their dad on Wednesdays, like he picks them up from school. But since it's no school, we just met at the designated spot for him to get them, and they're going to spend Christmas with him. It's their first Christmas in 4 years. So yeah, they going with him. It's not like, oh, you let him get Christmas. Let me tell you something. We opened all our gifts. We've been opening gifts since Monday. We also did a last minute Christmas photos, which prompted me to tell y'all about me being, how did I figure out I was depressed? I needed help with my mental health. Well, I love pictures, and I didn't do birthday pictures this year, and I'm 38. I've been doing birthday pictures since I turned 18. So that was an indicator back in October. So by November, I went and got dealt with my mental health. I'm having a hard time opening this package, and I don't want to get up to go get scissors. And the box is so nice. Anywho, so what I was going to tell y'all. So we did Christmas pictures, and then because I didn't do birthday pictures, I was like, oh, you know what? Let's do like a little mini divorce shoot. So the outfit that y'all see me wearing with the green, I'll probably drop those pictures soon. I did like a little divorce shoot because my divorce is final. So that was really it was really liberating. I ain't gonna lie. Like, we took the papers from when I got served because he filed for divorce and like tossed them up for the photo shoot. And so that was like really cool. I'm trying to get this package open, y'all, and I don't want to mess up the box because it's a really nice box. Do anybody shout out to the people that be, oh, I messed it up. Never mind. She got messed up. It was good when I peeled it off on the side. Now she's messed up. Anywho, but yeah, so I was gonna take some time to tell y'all about the things that I hated for 2025. Job interviews, waste of time. Okay, as somebody who's in higher education and has been on the side of being on the committee interviewing people, I hate when they already know who they was gonna hire. So for example, I had one job that I interviewed for. And when I'm doing the interview, she's like, oh, it's going to be 4 interviews. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. So just 3 more. She's like, well, this interview that you're doing doesn't count. It's just a preliminary to see if you would possibly be a good fit. Do you know that damn interview was an hour and 30 minutes? An hour and 30 minutes with 3 people. So it was a panel. Oh, it's so cute. So every so often I order incense from my girl, my la lit with candles. Oh, she put, thank you, Merry Christmas, Christmas, and it's so happy time. Oh, it's so cute. She put some little extra goodies in here. Okay, cool. I don't know. So, oh, she's promoting other people's business. That's nice. I love black-owned businesses. So, the new year coming. Oh, this smells good. This is gingerbread scent. I'm going to like this tonight for when the kids come back home. Oh, that's interesting. That's very holidays-ical. I saw Jackie Anna talking about curating different scents within your home, and I'm such a firm believer in that. Like, I love that my room smells like eucalyptus. I love that my room smells relaxing, like sleepy time. I love when the kitchen smells like something is baking, something is cooking. I love the entryway of the house to smell like, I like a good frankincense and myrrh, lavender, jasmine. I like the bathroom to have like a coconutty smell. I love the back of the house to have like a cinnamon smell. So yeah. Anywho. Yeah, so what y'all got going on? Because This is the Vlogmas episode. Thank y'all for liking the live, viewing the live, sharing the live. Y'all liking? Or y'all looking? Oh, that's jasmine. That smells really good. I got lavender, frankincense and myrrh. Thank you for liking the live. Who's liking? Thank you. It's not showing me who's liking the live. I don't know why. Eucalyptus. That's for my room. Black cocoa. And she packaged it so cute. I'm going to have to do an unboxing. And let's pack this back up. And we're going to do an unboxing for Instagram. Because that's where she is. I don't think she's over here on the TikTok. So, yeah. But, yeah, I've always positioned myself. Yeah, the things that I hated for 2025. And then I'll do a video of things that I encountered that I really loved for 2025. But number one, things I hated, job interviews. Applying to jobs, right? If it's easy apply on LinkedIn, why y'all sending me an application to fill out another application? That's just like the other day I had an interview. They're going to get back to me before the new year so I can start January 6th. Like, that is the process that I need jobs to be back on. I remember when you interview for a job, you could start that same week, you possibly the next week, depending on when you interview. I had another job email me for an interview. I got the interview the same day. That was a Friday. That Monday, I got a call to interview. The second interview that Friday, the lady who I interviewed with on the second interview made it seem like the first lady was the one in charge of making the decisions. But the first lady made it seem like the second person is in charge of the decisions. And so it was a lot of back and forth. I feel like jobs don't need to have... My ponytails are uneven. You know what? The part ain't straight. Some of this hair supposed to go in this one. Anywho, I don't know if y'all have seen when I use the Time-O Airflow. This is what we have. Because I don't like my hair bone straight. I just needed a little stretch. Because I put it in these little bantus so I can have the curls. So that's what I be doing with my hair. Get into the lighting of it all. But yeah, so yeah, things I didn't like was applying to jobs and interviewing for jobs. It was very draining. I even made a lot of videos about job search fatigue. And I use the word fatigue very broadly because I didn't realize I was depressed. So when I said I'm having applying for job fatigue, I will go a month without applying for jobs and I will get a jolt of energy and apply to 90 jobs, 60 jobs, 70 jobs, right? I'm not talking about like, oh, click easy apply, going on Indeed, easy apply. No, sitting down with your resume, redoing the resume. This is hours and hours of applying, redoing the resume. Plus, you got to, like me, I'm in higher education, so I got to upload my unofficial transcripts. I got to write a teaching philosophy. I got to write a diversity statement, depending on the college or university I want to work at. I got to tell them why I'm the best candidate to teach this class. Sometimes you got to submit a sample syllabus, and sometimes you got to make a sample teaching plan, for when you're applying in higher education. So it was daunting on me. It was like, hey, y'all, I'm having job search fatigue. Give me some encouragement. Like, I was really going through. And as somebody who had been unemployed since June of 2024, you don't start to feel it till your savings. Till you got to cash out your savings. You got to cash out your Roths. You got to cash out your investments, your little stocks, your Bitcoin, everything. You got to start cashing everything out to make ends meet. And every little dollar, every time you talk to somebody, it counts. But what I will say is this. The thing that, and I was going to do it in another episode, but there's a lot of things that I can say that I liked about 2025. One of them was the fact that I leaned into my gift of teaching. And because I leaned into my gift of teaching, with the inspiration of earlier this year, y'all remember Dr. Barlow was teaching African American history. I was like, oh, I have a doctorate in health science. I'm a professor in real life. Let me be a professor online. And I did that. And honestly, that was one of my 2025 accomplishments, that I taught well over 300 people. But 300 people can say I took racial disparities in healthcare with Dr. Appleton from beginning to end. And there was 12 people who got certificates for professional development with Dr. Appleton. I was able to monetize on that. So that was like really, really amazing. That was really amazing. And I was like, okay, shout out to me. So even in the midst of the aggravation of looking for a job, I created a job, because I was always somebody who said, why get a degree if you can't create a job? You should be able to, degrees are for people who can create a job. Unless your degree is in something like, I'm an optician, I could go work as an optician, but I've had a business since 2013. So most people look you up and they're like, oh yeah, she got her own business. She not gonna come here and steal our customers, because that's what would happen. They be hating like that. But yeah, so tap in. Hey. So yeah, I've been working. I didn't get to do Vlogmas yesterday. So this is Vlogmas 23 and 24. As it relates to TikTok shop, I already told y'all what I hated about 2022. What I hated was applying to jobs. What I liked was that I took my skill set of the job that I was applying for and brought it to TikTok. As far as products that I liked, there's a bunch. So y'all gonna have to catch me over on the Red and White app, where I'm gonna tell y'all my 2025 favorite things. Over here, one of them, I'll give y'all a sneak peek into one of them. One of them is the Snowies. And any form of a ring light. I feel like the lighting, also, and back camera stuff. Any ring light or back camera business did help take the content to the next level. Like, don't let nobody tell you, oh yeah, you could just, that's why most of the time when I was walking my dog earlier this year, my content would be outside, because that's where the best lighting was. Outside in the morning while I'm walking the dog, because the lighting was the best, right? At sunrise, the lighting is the best. So you could catch me early morning doing content and not make no more content for the rest of the day. Oh yeah, and a good mic. But I project so well, and finding a good space, like I would listen back to my content and find that it sounds really good. Like the mic doesn't work as well outside as opposed to me being on the mic and being inside. Because I do use a mic. I do use a mic when I record my podcast, but it don't hook to my phone. I got to use it from the computer. So my goal for 2026 is to get one that's like a phone one. That I could hook up to my phone, because I think that would be really, really, really great for me. But yeah, so lighting is one of those things that will take your content to the next level. I know people want to, it might sound cliche, but consistency, you do got to be consistent in the game, right? I remember I was posting videos telling y'all like, okay, I posted this many videos this month. Funny enough, this week, because I've been going live, I haven't been posting as much. And so TikTok is like, hey, your views went down. Yeah, the views are going to go down because you're not posting as much. So if you had a week where you got a burst of energy and you posted 21 pieces of content, if all of those 21, again, simple math. People don't like to talk about the math of it all, but simple math. If you post 21 pieces of content, right, and they all get 300 views, that's 6,300 views. If you post 7 pieces of content, because you're like, oh, I'm just going to post once a day for 7 days, and they all get 300 views, that's only 2,000 views. So it's like basic math. And I used to say that. I used to talk about engagement a little bit on, when I used to do like Talk About It Tuesdays. But people look at, oh, I only got 300 views on this video. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, I got 30 comments, right? 30 people, different people. I'm not talking about regular comments. 30 people saw my video and had a thought that they wanted to connect to my thought. Now, this ain't for the people that's going to come and connect their thought with something that I did not say. No. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about when people come and they say something to add to the message that you're bringing, right? Because we know over here online, posting content, posting think pieces, even if I posted the research that I wrote and published for my dissertation, my practicum of my doctorate, there's going to be somebody who has an opinion on what I'm talking about and they don't even have a doctorate. So we have to remember that some of us are in the rooms, some of us are online and have a presence where we can talk about things that we are experts in, and there's people who align themselves as being experts because they have an opinion. So, you can't let that discourage you either. Yeah, you can't let that discourage you. So that was another thing. Like, for me, I like to say, over here in Black Girl Say Something World, as you see, the black girls are on my shirt, the Black Barbie. I always like to say, some of us, me, myself, and I'm not talking about nobody else. For me, I was one of the people that didn't need extra time on the test. Okay, I didn't need extra time on the test. But over here online, we're in the spaces where the people who need extra time and the people who didn't need extra time are in rooms together. And so what happens is we're seeing the people some of us who graduated early and some of us who got left behind are commingling. And that's why there's like this, oh, you think because you got a degree, you know what you're talking about? Actually, yes. I'll never forget earlier this year, things I hate for 2025 was someone getting in discourse with me because I was telling them that connecting up my thought to someone else's video, right? Piggybacking on their video. They're a teacher. They're working with the youth. As somebody who teaches K-12 and higher education, so I teach in all the different mindsets of teaching, right? The different lifespans of teaching. Even I teach older adults. The lady was pretty much saying, here's a list of things that I think is going to show its face as our students are growing up, which ultimately led me to write a proposal about employability skills, where I am teaching students employability skills, teaching them about transferable skills, professional dress, professional communication, typing emails. The other day I had to teach them how to use flash drives and convert files to PDF. These are like 17 to 20-year-olds. Why don't they know how to do that? Because there's not any intro to computer skills. So I then wrote another proposal to say, hey, while I'm teaching them this, can y'all also pay me to teach them a digital literacy class? Because if they're going to be sending emails, they don't know how to attach files to emails. Like, I gave them a sample to do, a sample write-up to do. They couldn't do it. They was like, Miss, can you show me how to do? Can you show me how to? Daughter, can you show me how to do? So she was saying some things that's going to show their face. And I said, ultimately, what I saw working with fresh out of high school, new grad high schoolers who are entering into college, they don't have the critical thinking. Hence why I taught a class called critical thinking. They don't have the critical thinking skills that it takes to move them to the next level. For example, a student will come to me, multiple students come to me and say, hey, Dr. Appleton, I noticed that I didn't get my financial aid disbursement or whatever. Okay, cool. Go to financial aid, go talk to them. They come back, they report to me because they trust me, whatever. They come back, they report to me. Oh, I went there, or I called. Oh, what happened when you called? Oh, nobody answered. Did you leave a message? No, what I'm supposed to say? What do you mean? What are you supposed to say? So, again, things that show in their face. This is a young adult. Their mom cannot call. FERPA does not allow their parent to call and say, hey, my kids say they didn't get their disbursement on financial aid. Can you help them? No, the student has to call, and they're now a young adult, not so far removed from being a kid, right? And because that kid did not learn critical thinking or how to advance in having the conversation to get the things that they need, it is showing its face. Where is the pitfall? High school, maybe. Home, maybe. But I also added to the point of decreased funding of schools. As somebody who parent didn't teach them nothing, everything I learned from school. How to write a check, how to balance a checkbook, how to start a business, how to write a resume, how to type. I learned all of that in high school. My mom, so when they be like, oh, teaching starts at home. I'm a product of public school before No Child Left Behind. So I remember when you used to learn everything at school. Some of my people that I graduated high school with have the jobs that they have because of the things they learned in high school. You got chefs. You got people who are mayors. You got people who working as accountants because they was good at math and stuff like that. Doing taxes for real, not for fake either, right? Because we learned all of that. Granted, we ain't learned about stuff like credit score, but we learned a good portion of life skills. We learned how to sew a little button on a shirt. And because I learned all of those things, right? Because sociology tells us to have that upward mobility is where you come from in your family. My upward mobility didn't necessarily come from family, but because my children aren't going to learn that in school, now I'm having to teach them that at home. But what y'all are not understanding, there's a generation of people who were part of the No Child Left Behind, did not learn that in school, are now having children, and don't have the capacity because of where we are in our current life to teach that. So that's what's tea. Anywho, but yeah, I'm just like I try not to go off my high horse too hard, but a hill I will die on is like, yeah, school is the first, like I teach sociology, so school is the first line of socialization for students. School is supposed to be the first line of socialization. Is one of the main points. Like, children are socialized from home, right? For example, why do you put your kid in daycare as soon as they learn how to talk? So they can be around other kids, so they can learn to listen to other adults outside of the parents at home. School has a hidden curriculum. The hidden curriculum is not the main curriculum is reading, writing, and arithmetic. The hidden curriculum is the socialization piece, right? How to interact with other kids. What's right from what's wrong? What do you allow friends to do? What you don't allow friends to do? As you grow up, you peep game. You start, that's why sometimes you got to let your kid be a follower until they decide, oh, shoot, I don't want to be a follower no more. Right? Then you be like, oh, yeah, I told you not to be a follower. But they have to still go through the motions and go through the processes. How do you get your child to have a healthy relationship, healthy friendships? They have to identify what kind of friend they want to be and what kind of friends they want to have in a circle. Right? Be in on those conversations. Stay in your kid's business. Parents don't have time to do that. They don't. I saw a lady ask, she said there was an article that was published saying how old are people leaving their kids at home, and somebody said the article was saying most people aren't comfortable leaving their kids at home until they 14 to 17. And she was like, that's crazy. So she asked the question, how young were you when you was left at home alone? Baby, we was young. I was in what, second grade? So that means my little brother was in kindergarten. I was in charge of the house key. Hey, Deli Pooh. I was in charge of the house key. Yeah, 8, 9, 10 years old. I couldn't imagine leaving my 11-year-old home by himself. He would eat every Pop-Tart that's in that kitchen. He know not to answer the door. So, I don't know. I just don't see them being left home alone. He just started being able to, like, walk to the little store by himself. Even at some point when we could walk the dog, I was letting him walk the dog by himself. So, yeah, times are different, but when times change, there's more that's required, right? There was a certain subset of people, I talk about this in my sociology class, there was a certain subset of people who had the help with their kids, while other people didn't have the help with their kids. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some people had help with their kids. We was the people helping the people with their kids while our kids was not getting the help. The older sibling was helping with the younger siblings. The parentification of the oldest daughter. Hello. Some of this stuff that we're socialized to believe in, right? But yeah, this episode wasn't supposed to even go into all of that. This was just supposed to be like things that I hated for 2025. One, applying to job interviews where they know that you just a dummy interview, you just a filler interview. They already got their person that they gonna hire. That's 1 and 2. Number 3, discourse with people who not even at the same educational background as you. I feel like that in itself is not being no type of way. I just feel like if I'm telling you, hey, this is what's going on in the realm of maternal child topics, I have a doctorate in health science, and you tell me something contrary to that, contrary to the research, then I ask you, what's your background? And you're like, oh, I don't have a background in that. Do you even have kids? Have you even experienced any trauma as it relates to maternal child topics? And you tell me no, and no. Now I gotta be like, oh, I'm not about to continue engaging in this conversation with you. So hang up on you, not in the mood. Let me see, number 4. What would be number 4? I hate the fact that I didn't take pictures for my 38th birthday because I was depressed. I hate that. But forever I'm that girl. Ooh, baby, okay. What else? Number 5, I hate that I didn't get to go to the Brandy and Monica concert. Because I ain't had no money. I hated that. I didn't get to go do that. Yeah. Forever that girl. What else? I think that's it. I'll stop at 5. And then for Christmas, I'll tell y'all what I got for Christmas. I'm going to tell y'all, the kids want me to do a Christmas haul. So come back, because I didn't buy them nothing for Christmas. And they opened everything today. And the crazy part is they got some really good stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, they really know y'all. And some of the stuff, like, okay, so my son, he say stuff he asked for, he got. But there's things he didn't ask for that he got. And I say, it's so good to be seen, right? That you got things that you didn't even know that you would need and want. He's very handsy and he loves robotics. And so at his program, he was a part of the Museum of Science and Discovery, where they was doing a robotics class. And he did that for about a month. And then it was time for other kids to go. But he was so into it that they called him to come back. And so he got a robot. I'm like, so y'all got to come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. I'm going to do a whole Christmas haul. I'm going to show y'all everything they got, child. They said, Mom, you got to show them what we got. And I was like, okay. This not even no toy page. Like, I don't even know. But they got some really good stuff. And I told my son, I say, for the whole 2026, I don't want to hear that you're bored. I don't want to hear that you're bored. I don't want to hear that you're bored. I did get my kids one thing each, because it was on. I had overheard them talking about it. And so when we went to go take our Christmas pictures, I said, oh, these is fake boxes that y'all gonna take pictures with. And then I was like, oh, open it. I'll just wrap them back up and put them under the tree. Baby, they was crying. I make my kids cry every Christmas. Every Christmas I make them cry. Oh, number 6. What else I hate? I hate the fact y'all finna start seeing some cruise content. But that's because if y'all was new here, I used to post a lot of travel content all 2024. So that's what y'all about to see, is all of my travel content from last year. So number 6, I hate that I didn't go on a Christmas cruise this year. This would have been our 5th year going on a Christmas cruise. We did not go on a cruise for Christmas this year. But, you know, it is what it was. I do miss that. We was planning on doing a Christmas to New Year's cruise, because we kind of had moved through the December. So our very first family cruise, I surprised my kids with the cruise. They had no idea. I made them get their hair done. I told them I did their hair. They thought we was going to go take Christmas pictures. They thought I was picking them up early to take them to go take Christmas pictures. No, baby. I picked them up early so we could go on a cruise for a week. And we did that the first week of December, right after hurricane season, because the prices was really good. And plus, I didn't want it to be cold. So anywho, we went that first week. The second time we went on a cruise, we went the week before Christmas. Then the third time we went the week of Christmas. So this year was supposed to be the time that we go from Christmas rolling into New Year's, because I honestly, not Christmas, but after Christmas into New Year. Somebody might say, it might not be too late, baby. I just paid my bankruptcy attorney. It's too late. I just paid her today. I had to go write her a check because Zelle, it wasn't letting me send the money. So I was like, girl, I got the money. Let me write you a check. My money good. You all in my financial business anyways. You know I got the money. Anywho, I'm going to catch y'all. Thank you for joining me for day 23. What was this today? Day 23 and 24. The eve of Christmas Eve and Christmas Eve. Okay? I'm going to holla at y'all. Until next time. Because it's Black Girl Have Something to Say. Remember, I'm Black Girl Say Something. Saying something is what I do. I'll holla at y'all.